Hello Mark, I'm Carmela from the fakeartmagazine.com.
Hi, Carmela.
Hi, I saw you work in the gallery Artish and
Yeah.
I would like to make an interview of you because it was just amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can you describe a little bit who are you? Give us some information about you, please.
Yeah, I'm a British artist. I'm a painter,
Okay.
and I've been painting for about 20 years.
Great.
My practice has been broad,
Mm.
but I've always returned to painting in loose terms. Yeah, that's what I do. I'm a painter.
Okay, thank you. And what is your main theme about your current work?
The last year or so, the broad theme for my work has been dystopia,
Mm-hmm.
the concept of dystopia. I would say there's 3 series of works that encompass that term. I've got some tower paintings, some sphere paintings which you've seen at a recent exhibition, and some text paintings. Yeah.
Okay. Can you speak about your influences, your main influences? Because I can imagine you have many influences, like many heroes, but can you give us some keys, please, about your influences and about your artist hero?
Yeah. So there's a lot of influences who are painters, obviously, being a painter. I've got a lot of influences that have come from the computer world, the digital age, computer games, computer graphics, computer screens that has influenced my work. Movies has been a big influence on my work too.
But which kind of movies?
Particularly, I'd say science fiction movies.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, philosophy, postmodernist philosophers influence my work. I'll pull out a few artists. Most currently, I'll say there's 2 artists who I find who are doing not similar work, but working with similar concepts. There's an American artist called Ricardo Paniguin,
Mm-hmm.
who works in Dallas, lives in Dallas. Was a painter, has been making sculptures, fantastic. And there's a British painter, again he's a sculptor whose practice takes many forms, and that's Gordon Chung.
Okay.
But yeah, I've got many artists who influenced my practice right back to the Renaissance period, to Turner, the Expressionists, the turn of the century, through to pop art, conceptual art,
Okay.
graffiti art. Yeah, many artists. Too many to mention here.
Okay. Thank you. Could you please speak a little bit about your gloves, about the triptych? Is it safe?
The 3 large works.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
is it
Yeah.
safe? Yeah, so those are 3 paintings which are meant to be hung together.
Because they are massive, huh?
They're big, I wouldn't say massive. I've worked bigger.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, they're quite big. They are mixed media on canvas.
Mm-hmm.
They the viewer interacts with them in 2 ways. So the paintings from a distance have a kind of very organic, very natural feel. The closer you move to the works, they have this kind of machine-like, digital, computer quality. So we have this transition as the viewer
Okay.
becomes closer to the works. They take on a different kind of,
Yeah.
have a different intention. They are based on the ideas of being watched,
Mm-hmm.
either by, like this, a camera,
Okay.
you know, that circular camera, or something as large as a higher power, being watched by a higher power, a god.
All right.
So they play with that theme. They when you see the works as you have in the flesh, hopefully my intention was to have that kind of same effect as when you go to any kind of religious temple, church, and you go to the main piece, the altar piece, you have that emotional response, almost a spiritual kind of experience with the work. Hopefully, and I think it's quite successful, that comes across with these works.
Completely. Okay. And can you speak a little bit about your text painting as well, please?
I think the one you're referring to is called History Repeats Itself Within the Realms of Digital Evolution. That painting is part of my most, I'd say, recent works. The sphere is still there, it's still part of these paintings, because it's been a progression. The text is a starting point. I take the text from specific movies, science fiction movies. They are quotations from the script, and they're taken from key scenes in those movies. This particular painting, the script is taken from Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Okay.
And it's the conversation between AI, a HAL machine, robots, computer, and an astronaut, a man, human being. And I deliberately picked the text or the script which challenges or questions or references or is an example of postmodern theorems or ideologies or concepts. The text is just a starting point. I then work on top of that text and form new associations and do other things with that text.
Okay.
But yeah, so my most recent works have quotations from many science fiction movies, yeah, and I'll take particular ones. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And do you have any project for the future?
Yeah, I do. I have an exhibition starting soon called Dystopia, which features some of the text paintings we referred to and some of the sphere paintings, not the ones, the large triptych which we talked about, but some other sphere paintings that I've made. So there's that show coming up, and then I have some works that are in progress, other text paintings, which I am impatient to finish. After that, possibly there might be a show in London, but all that stuff will be updated on my website at lloydfineart.com, or you can find me on Facebook as well, Lloyd Fine Art, and all that information will be freely available there.
Okay, excellent, Mark. Thank you very much. We wish you all the success for your future and for your next exhibition, and we are impatient to see your next project. Thank you very much, Mark.
Thank you kindly, Carmen.